to the stream. We are now going into the game. So, yeah, we went through a bit of close to an hour and a half of queuing. It's been like this on previous tests as well, so it's not really a surprise. I should have been faster on clicking, but let's just dive into it. Let me see. Set up. So yes, welcome to Bitcraft. You wake up in the middle of nowhere, and let's just go through this new onboarding and see how it goes. Welcome to Bitcraft Age of Automata. This is a demo. You're about to get an exclusive first look at Bitcraft ahead of its early access release. Thank you for joining. Early access will be starting on June 20th, for anyone that might not know it. For these demo, professions are capped at level 10, so if your settlement will remain at its earliest stages. Additionally, the Empire system is disabled. We recommend following the demo quest lines, trying out the professions, and building up a small settlement to get the most out of your experience. Your UI is using the light mode theme by default. I guess it is what it is. But you can also try out dark mode under the graphics tab on the settings menu if you prefer. By default, you will start on low graphics, but we encourage you to raise it to a higher setting if your system permits. Happy exploring. Alright. Hey Kaylin, how's it going? Yeah, we finally made it. I was actually playing Forza while I waited. I thought about streaming that, but I felt it would have been confusing, so I just thought I'd stop the stream and start it when this started. Alright, so as you go in, you basically get shown the controls. You can move it with that or with the arrow keys. Oh, there's a mosquito around me. Oh, you crashed and are now in 86th in queue. So they didn't do the thing where it saves your spot in the queue? Or did you crash twice? I did read on the Discord that they were having trouble with one of the regions, so I'm hoping if it had to do with that, then the people that were in that region might be able to just like go back in there once they figure it out. Alright. So yeah, just basic controls. You can mostly use the cursor to move the camera, but you can also use the arrow keys. However, the first thing that I recommend doing once you go into the game is, first of all, of course, change this to dark mode so that your eyes don't burn. You can also change the opacity of this so you can actually see behind the menu, which I always like. I'm going to actually change the resolution to the resolution that I am streaming in. Let's do this. Let me just go over and check on the stream if I need to adjust anything in OBS, because I might. Where's my OBS? Here we go. Yes, as I expected. Here we go. Okay. Kelly's saying that they did, but the queue got stuck. So you had to restart the game. Oh. Well, I mean, hopefully the queues will start to move faster. The first few hours are always the roughest, so hopefully you'll be able to join in soon, Kaylin. Alright, let's get back into the game. If you're seeing this message, you are in one of the negatively affected regions. Lovely. We will be taking it down for maintenance shortly, and you will not be able to continue playing. Please transfer to another region as soon as possible to avoid being affected by using the waystone in the ruined town. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting because I'm still needing to do the tutorial. Yes, I'm clicking to move, and that way too, and sprinting here. Alright, this is a race now, not really doing the onboarding anymore. I would have expected if I had been... Oh, it looks like it's having trouble already. I seem to be having the... Okay, let's name ourselves. Ah, somebody took my name. That's kind of rude. Not expected. That's only 3 letters. Let's see. Can I? No, I cannot do anything yet, so I need to do that first. And just do something to change my look. It's not really working. Wow, I have a feeling I'm going to have a problem. Can I open them up now? No. Let's see the skewer to go on with the quest. This is a bit nerve-wracking. Not to worry. Yes, I would not be worried if it hadn't told me that the world that I'm in is going to be closed down in a bit. Shift and click all together. Can I see the town from where I am? I can't. I don't want to just run in a random direction. There we go. I have a map. Yes. Okay, let's go that way. As quickly as we can. Yes, I know that you're gonna do that. I don't want to go to Calanther or Mirandol. That's all that I know. Let's see if I can travel before finishing the tutorial. Otherwise, I'm gonna be in the same boat as Kaelin, where I'll be kicked out and back into the queue. Come on, you can do it, little guy. You can do it. I'm in Thormere. Okay. That was not mentioned as one of the affected regions, but just in case. Let's go here. At my home. Where is the waystone though? Alright, Wisp. You have to speak faster. I think, yes, I know that they're gonna kick me out. No. I need to interact again, even though I already did it. Yes. Okay, so can I travel? Searching for waystones. Yes, I can. Emberdeep? No, that's Calanther. Draxion, Elverine, Mirandol, Orvale, Alvinar, Tessavar, Zerafel. Let's go to Voltrasa, because that sounds interesting. Low March. Yes. How do I want to go there. I want to go to Low March. Yes, please. Get me out of here. Get me out of here before the world dies. Looks like we did it. It looks like we did it. I thought the stress test was over. I guess not. What? User is not authenticated? Well, I guess we did not do it. Will it send me right in? Oh, it sent me right in. Okay, so we are good. I did not get the server crash that Kelly got. Right, so to sum up the onboarding that we did not do, let's first go to what I was doing, which is settings. The first thing that I recommend as you go into the game, if your world is not about to die and you don't need to just hightail your way out of there, go graphics, choose your theme. I prefer dark. You're able to move the opacity. I like to. Grass density is something that I like to have at max. Some graphic cards don't do so well with it. Let's just keep everything to the max, and my monitor is like 240 FPS. So, you know, set everything up to where your GPU PC setup makes sense. Next, in key bindings, movement and interaction, no camera. So the default for the camera movement is the arrow keys. I don't mind the arrow keys, but I prefer to do WASD for the camera pan. And I think that's pretty much all that I usually change here. But you can always go into the key bindings. If it's your first time in a game, that's actually one of the habits that I have when going into a game. Check out the key bindings, not just to see what the controls are, but also to find, sometimes to find useful things. Like now I know there's target cycling with tab. Now I know that I can target with Q. Well, the sprinting with the space bar is something that's shown as part of the onboarding. So is the movement and the camera panning. But you also get information like this. Like it told me to eat at some point, and it basically told me to open my inventory and eat my food directly. But I already knew that you have this shortcut, which is nice. Shift E, you eat your first food. So that's the top leftmost food. If you have like a skewer here and a pie down here, it'll eat the skewer. And then once this slot is done, it'll go and check the next one and so on until the next food available. Read and teleport with T. Alright. Quick climb with F. Quick deploy store, that's for vehicles or deployables. Quick board. Shift B. I'm not sure what that one does yet, but I will find out. And then you have your action bar, like pretty much we are used to in any game. In this case, it's going to be actions that are linked to combat, as I understand it, mostly. And let's see what tooltips we have. Oh yeah, showing the tooltips. You can toggle with U, or you can show them with Alt. I will show that once I leave the settings menu. And then for Windows shortcuts, you have the window for achievements, for building, for character, for claim. You know, all these things that right now might seem like a lot of things, but you will end up getting used to it very quickly. I guess in controls, you can control the sensitivity. It is click to move. You can toggle on or off the moving through the map. I will keep it on right now because I want to see how it works. On closed alpha 3, it was working on and off. Like sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. So I just turned it off. But if it works, then I think it's a really nice way to move around. And yeah, let's see. Gameplay settings, you can automatically close the crafting window. I don't think I like that, if I remember correctly. You can emote towards the cursor, which means when you emote, your character will face the cursor. I always turn that on because it's a good way to turn your character to face a certain way, especially for pictures. Locking the minimap for me is a must. The north must always be north. And it's not locked. Oh, I need to apply it. Confirm. There we go. Now my north east to the north. Camera collision detection. Oh, you can turn that off? Interesting. So now it just like goes through things, and if I turn it on, does it? Yeah, it stops at, no, it doesn't stop at this. Oh, okay, if I scroll out from this angle, it won't go further than here, because it detects that it's colliding with something. If I turn that off, then I have full freedom to move my camera as I like, which is better for me. Profanity filter always off. I mean, what's life without a bit of profanity, right? Show deployable range radius on. I will explain that later. Open nearby deploy storage. Not sure what that means, but I'm gonna leave it on for now. Show you XP bar on the character. Otherwise, it shows up here. Quick climb hint. I guess that shows the key when you're able to climb something. The new world labels, and then enable the debug F keys. I'm not sure what they are, but I might. Oh, okay, yes. Interesting. So you can toggle that off now. You are able to get certain debug information with the function keys, the F keys. The one that I use the most is F2, which if you open the map, toggles this grid on or off. Like, that's just something that's very basic that I use a lot. So for that single thing, I will keep it on. But it's good that it's toggable and that it's off by default. Otherwise, like, I know that people were pressing, I think it was F4. No, F3. Yeah, F3 is the one that sort of freezes your game because it shows this orange visible borders for each chunk. So that sort of, I guess, is, yeah, I guess more demanding on your graphics. Like, I know that people sort of turn things on and off by accident on the F buttons, trying to hit their action buttons sometimes in panic. It's nice that it's toggled off. Let's see, that is probably all here. I do want to see all the player tags. I wish I could see my own player tag. That's something that I think I've provided feedback on sometimes, but probably not enough. So that you could show, that's one toggle, and then show my own as another toggle. Just so that I can see what I look like in the world. And then the max distance for, like, how far away you can see people. I like to see people very far away. Now, the onboarding basically showed us movement, and it showed us how to collect resources, which basically you can click on things straight away, and it'll start gathering them. Or you can do the shift and the other click and do the contextual menu way. I actually need to make tools, which is what the tutorial is asking me to do now. If I press Q, okay, so the cursor needs to be on something for Q to target it. That's interesting. So you can target an animal without, like, clicking on it and just going straight at it to hunt, and that should enable the actions. I imagine that's the reason behind that logic, and I think it's a good thing. Where is the crafting table? Has nobody built a crafting table in this town? The workbench? Can I build a workbench? No. Why is it not showing me the way? Let's see, let's open a map. I hope it doesn't want me to go to the workbench in the world that I was in. I don't even know where the map. I don't even know where the city that I was in the world. That's into the world. Not here. Okay, this is where I spawned. No, I'm not seeing any quest objectives there, but I'm also not seeing any quest objectives here. I remember the... Is it? No, that's just a cart. I remember that used to be like behind this thing, which actually let me set this as my home. It used to be around here. Is that? Oh, that's it. Okay, it's there now. Alright, so we've got the first tool bundle that we make. This is teaching us how to craft. And then we collect it. Once we did that, a whole bunch of new recipes unlocked. Let's see how we do those though. Let's open that, and that gives us a few things. An axe, a machete, scissors, and saw. That's an interesting selection. Did it not give them to me? Looks like my UI crashed. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Not in a good way. Well, this thing that I can toggle on and off with you is the world tags that I had mentioned at some point. I'm gonna be forced to restart, aren't I? I'm probably gonna be forced to restart. I'm going to take a quick look at the Discord and see if anybody else has had this problem. I think it's possible, but I don't know if anybody's found the problem and the way to fix it. Search UI disappeared. Chopping trees and my whole UI disappeared, and I guess nobody really got a reply on that. Well, it looks like I am going to be forced to, because I can't even chat in game to ask for help. I'm gonna take the screenshot and just post it in screenshots to show the problem. Did they make a report bugs? Yes. Chopping wood UI vanished. That person already posted that. Because my UI did not disappear while chopping wood, I'm just gonna post a new thing. Unpacking. Let's see. It's just gonna be UI. Disappeared. Interacting with inventory. I feel that's what happened. I was opening the first tool bundle, and the whole UI just vanished. And then I'm gonna post the picture. post a picture. An error occurred in Discord. Interesting. I wonder if they were getting a lot of bug reports and just logged it. That would make no sense at all. No, I'm still getting an error. Interesting. Well, I'm just gonna post it on screenshots. And post a bug report about my UI disappeared when I tried to open the tool bundle from my inventory. It doesn't seem there's a lot more people posting that on screenshots. Oh yeah, somebody else after using the TP home, their UI disappeared. Well, I think it's time to do what we did not want to do, which is actually force quit the app and open again, which might send us into a really long queue again. There we go. Enter. Oh, it looks like we are doing okay, maybe? No queue? Oh yes, we got in. Perfect. Now that we're here, let's use a workbench to make tools. Try crafting a flint tool bundle. Excellent, those are some solid tools. A little basic, but it's a good start. And check the newly discovered recipes. Holding on to the tools isn't useful. We need to equip them. That we just open our inventory and click on them. Let's see. My screen is not really looking as I expected because it got windowed. Okay, now it's giving me the bundle of tools. Make sure to craft and pick any items you see that are marked with a question mark badge. This will mark them as acquired in your compendium. Try to acquire some rough plant fiber and see if that leads to anything new. Okay, we will follow you in a second. First, let me deal with this. Let's say full screen. Let's see, borderless. There we go. Full screen. Interesting that I had it at full screen, but it sort of restarted as windowed. Oh well, we're in, so it's all good. Alright, back to what we were doing. Find a nearby bush from which to gather. Keep gathering until you acquire a rough plant fiber root. There is one conveniently right here, so let's click on it. Oh, actually, let's open the rest of the tool bundle and equip all the other tools so that we don't need to deal with it again. We want to acquire the rough plant routes, which is this, which should be going straight into my cargo slot. Okay, so I did go into my cargo, so that's just something somebody else dropped. Now that cargo of rough plant roots is heavy. It'll prevent you from running, but we need it to make the fibers. So, if you ever need to take a break, you can drop it from your inventory. You don't need a break. No, not right now. So let's make the fibers, right? Craft 100 rough plant fibers using the rough plant roots. You can craft these in an ancient foraging station, which is shown on my minimap, which I have toggled so that I can move. Right? That's in controls. Click. Oh no, I did not toggle that. Let's toggle that on, and then I can move this way. So, it did not like me hitting spacebar while I had cargo on. Did it crash? It's telling me to travel west to orbit for some reason. What should I do? Let's just see if our chat is working. Our chat is working. So it's just my screen that looks frozen again. Huh. I wonder if this is similar to what happened to Kaylin. Doesn't seem right. My screen wasn't optimized. And let's travel. Press T to travel. It's telling me to add for some reason. Okay, not near region edge. Huh. Interesting. So when I clicked on the map, it told me to use T to travel west to Oroville. Which I can't. It's not letting me move anymore. I'm able to see people move around me on the minimap. Huh, that's a really interesting one. It did happen when I pressed spacebar after clicking on the map, so I'm just gonna use that as well. Let's see, where is our Discord? Log reports galore. Oh yeah, this is my Discord. Okay. Spacebar. The whole game froze. I got a prompt to travel somewhere. When I hit T, the travel bar goes down. It says I can't travel because I'm on the border. Starter. visuals, user interface. Can I pick all of the tags? Tags. Setting. So it's probably going to be a lot about content balance, professions, and trouble hotkeys and whatnot. Sure, that's fine. Let's see, can I go to the bottom points? Yes, I can. Copy what I was typing there. There's some new announcement. Hi everyone, thank you for your patience. We have been looking deeply into the issues on regions 5 and 1. It looks like there's an issue with hardware. Well, that's probably going to take a little bit longer for them to fix simply. I am just going to do this thing now. There. So the attachment on next message. And now we close the game and open it again, hopefully not being sent to the queue, which we might. Let's hit play. Enter. Alright, I mean, we're skipping the queue whenever we're having to close the game because of a bug. So we do know that it's at least saving our spot for a certain time. I wonder if it's just that, you know, the queues are fully working right now, and it's just those two regions that are having troubles. Great find. That cargo. Okay, so yes, it's telling us to go craft. Let's try to replicate the bug. So I clicked here and hit spacebar. Nothing is broken anymore. So I guess it was a one-time thing. Have you been able to get through the queue, Kaylin? We're still waiting. Get this back to full screen. Alright. So this is the new... Wait, no, that's a farming station, isn't it? Oh no, it has the foraging... Is that the foraging symbol? What are the symbols now? Did they change anything? No, yeah, that is farming. I should be looking for something that has this, right? Is this gonna be a farming activity now? Oh, no. It says it's a foraging station. Alright, let's report that on the bug channel again. Kelly's saying that, okay, so you're in, the tutorial didn't work, so you had to skip the whole thing. Huh, that's rough. Do you get the tools and everything that you would have gotten along with the tutorial, or are you forced to, like, get everything on your own? Because that would be rough. You get the tools, but not much else. I'm trying to get the cart now. Okay, so you're gonna have to craft your own cart. That's really sad. I mean, you could just make a new character and just trade the cart to Kaling once you have it. Or just play with a different character for the whole demo. It depends on how hard it is, but I am expecting there to be a skiff somewhere along the tutorial or quests. So if that's the case, then it might be worth doing that, because we're not going to be able to craft the skiff, I think, unless it takes tier 2 materials. I'm not sure though. Alright, let's grab one of those. Great job. Now that you have enough of plant fiber, we can process it further at the ancient tailoring station. Let's refine that into rough spool. Alright, so we close this, and then to this station, which does have the right symbol, which is the button, right? So I assume I have to go to this one first, and do that. I really like these stations. Like, this is one single station. It's so big. I imagine these are gonna be like at least tier 7 maybe? Because I think tiers... These ones look like what we had for tier 5 and 6 before. But then the tables, I think this is what we had at tier 3 and 4, and then this is what we had at tier... Well, no, I don't think we had this one. Great news, these won't require any active crafting for you. It's a passive... Okay, the next step. That means you can leave it unattended at the room in the craft working component 7. Passive crafting doesn't give any experience, and your passive crafts cannot be stolen by others. I'll start that passive now. And that is as it's signaled here, like this. And I can make 2 of them. Okay, so that's 1 to 1. Well, we'll look at the ratios later. They might or might not change. But you're making as many of those as you can. Yes, I am making sure. That could be your very own cart with a little imagination. And you get some shopping. So while that is doing that, Wisp is prompting me to get some wood. Is that the closest tree available? It is. So far we're getting a little bit of bark, a little bit of seeds. What is that? Rough plant roots that somebody dropped there. Somebody's already dropping ore chunks over there. Actually, yeah, there's a wood trunk over there. Did I just go grab one? Okay, I got one. Yes, I managed to get the roof trunk. The rough trunk. Rough wood. Rough wood chunk. Words, I know them. I can use them sometime. You can bring it back to town and split it into rough wood logs for crafting. I never said making a cart was easy. No, you did not. You just said that it took a little bit of imagination. So now let's keep using the minimap to move because I really like it. It makes sense. It works well now. In the past, sometimes you would click on the map and it would go to where you're clicking. But like if you were clicking too fast, then it would click like behind it. But it looks like they ironed that one out. Alright, so this is an ancient forestry station. Does it have the right flag? It does have the right flag. And we're turning it into the logs. Into the logs. It is just a single one. And we have logs. Happy Wisp. Nothing to say? Oh, there you go. You should have almost enough materials. Remember that passive craft? Yes, I do. Then I will need those materials. Alright. Oh, I cannot see it anymore here in the map. Okay, so it's telling us that we can toggle things with U or hold Alt to see the nearby station names. Alright, so you have farming, carpentry, color. Can we see it from here? Yes, we can. No, yeah, we can. Yeah, that's interesting, because they did have the right symbol here for the foraging station, but not the right flag or banner. Okay, so where was I going? The loom. Here. Oh, okay. So that's pretty well timed actually, in terms of tutorial onboarding experience. Like you'll see that it's about to tick down. Now I need to craft the... Okay, so I did that. I need to craft one rough rope using the cloth strips. I need to grab the rough cloth strips and take them to the station to craft rope. Everything is clearly explained. We go here, and that's at... Oh, that's a 1-to-1. Okay. Nice. Let's just make 2 of them. You can never have enough rope. Oh, that's right. When you open the vault, you can see your tab. That's true. Oh, actually, yeah, let's convert the panicked out of the vault when we started. I think let's use that. Where's my ponytail? Okay, no, it's this one, right? Right back. I believe. Yes, it's that one. No pattern for now. I don't have any masks yet. There. And I don't have anything here yet. Oh, I can decide not to show it. Okay. Did I grab the rope? So now I need to craft the planks. Oh, I need to craft planks. Where was that? It's not letting me move the camera if I... Oh, I cannot alt and then do that, so I need to... that's interesting. Can I... hold alt and move it with the buttons? Yes, I can. Okay. Not the end of the world, but it's kind of a sad feeling that when you hold alt to show these things, you cannot move the camera with your cursor. I'm actually gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna mention that. When holding alt to show the... what do they call them? World tags? Found in here. It's the action bar. Yeah, the world space tooltips. So when holding alt to show the world space tooltips, I am no longer able to move the camera with the mouse, only with the arrow key, even if I don't use the arrow keys, but that's how it makes sense. Alright, let's do our... this is a bug report, user experience, camera movement. Alright. It's easier for devs to look at the things on the Discord later. Like I on the last test I ended up with a whole bunch of posts in my thread. So just adding the words in bold of what is a bug report, what is just feedback, and so on, and like what it's about might help them find things easier when they need to refer information to other members of the team. Okay, so having said that, we need to go to the woodworking area. Can we see the stations in the map? No, we can see the NPCs. It would definitely be nice to see the crafting stations in the map somehow. Let's orient ourselves. The bank is there. If they kept the same sort of like organization they did before, then the woodworking area would be around here. And I can already tell they didn't, because then the farming is on that side. Oh, it's here. Forestry and carpentry. Okay, so they reorganized the crafting stations. We're gonna have to learn that again. That was... oh wait, no, that was in the carpentry station now that we have to make planks. Does it say so here? It does. Is there... no, there's no journal, so to speak. Should be... I would definitely like to have a way to mark base objectives on the map, so that like there's two different things that can be done in different places, right? So you have the loom, you have the tailoring station, and you have the carpentry station. It would be nice if these letters were sort of interactable, like you could click on it, and by clicking on it, like a hyperlink, and by clicking on it, it would show you the closest carpentry station to where you're at. Yeah, let me post that quickly here. That's feedback. Closest one in your map. So mark on my map to make it easier to find it. This would also work nicely if it works the same way from the compendium. And this is a suggestion. UX. Busy marking stations on the map. Yeah, let's just post it like that. Alright, and back into the game. I do apologize if sometimes you just see the screen with the game with nothing else happening in there, but this is still a game that's in development. Feedback is important, and especially the first few days, I will probably be doing all of that. Alright, let's make some planks. Did I make the planks yet? No. Okay, so that is, I had 6 of those, and that's 3 to 1. That's the same as before. And we're making 2 planks. So the cart is also going to be made here. It takes 2 planks, which we're doing right now, and 1 rope, which we've already made. So it does look like Kaling having to do the cart on their own is not really something that takes longer than just doing it through the quest itself. The quest is just holding your hand through the process. Right, planks. Is it server response? Probably, yeah. Is that this one? This is one of the debug F keys with F9. These sometimes show us the latency on reducers, like the actions that you ask the client to do, and the ones that the client is still waiting for the game to restart. Oh, did escape stop the action? No, it's just a bit laggy. Alright, so now to make the cart. Yes, do I need to make yes, there it is. Keep the cart. Destination station. Oh, okay, so we've already seen errors. Let's change these to region. Did it, and we have a cart. Now, what I made is the deed for the cart. I need to add it to my vault. So, let's do that, open my inventory, and add it to my vault. I can open my vault with B, and see that. Because it's my only vehicle, it's already the one that's marked as favorite. Once I have more will be marked as favorite. It is telling us right away that there's a key combo to just click deploy, and that is Shift V. And I think we're gonna just deploy that inside the station. Oh no, we're not. Okay, here we go. Scardy time. That's true work of art. Really impressed. Yes. Alright, I'll stop now. No, don't stop. Everyone loves a pun, but whoever doesn't, well. You can use the cart to hold plenty of cargo and items that you normally wouldn't be able to carry. And don't worry, it's safe from any would-be thieves. No one can touch its contents but you. Let's store it in your vault again for now. You can do the context menu. And if you lose it, you can recover it from the vault. Now I wanna shift and pull it. Great, just remember that any items in your cart will drop to the ground when you store the cart. Okay, that's important information, yes, certainly. If you want to store items for a longer time, you can check out the bank. Alright. And that's actually what we're supposed to do next. So where's the bank? It's here. Okay. Here is the bank where all your items will be in safe hands. Banks can be found in ruined towns like this, or they could be built in settlements run by other people. Remember that if you store your items in a bank, you can only collect those items from that same bank. They are not magically interconnected. But what happens if your items are in a bank that's run by someone else and they demolish it? Let me show you. Show us. Oh, okay, they moved. Move that way. Oh, it's a recovery chest. Alright. Sometimes your items in somebody else's settlement could go missing. Maybe they deconstruct the bank where they were stored, or they stop maintaining it, and the claim died. Whenever something like this happens, and it's outside of your control, your missing belongings will appear in a recovery station like this one. That's interesting, because it says, and it's outside of your control. I wonder if that means that if I own a claim and I destroy it, then they won't go there? I hope that's not the case. They will always be sent to the recovery station in the nearest ruined town, so you can find them again. Now then, waystones. I'll meet you there. There we go. At these waystones, you can teleport to any other waystone in the world. That is pretty neat. It comes at the cost of travel energy, which will regenerate over time, or you can boost it with certain items. That's interesting. You can teleport with all your items, but not cargo. And the more items that you're carrying and the further that you're going, the more travel energy it will cost. I'll mark the waystones and the ruined town's waystones on the map for you. Any other waystone in another settlement will only become available when you visit that settlement. Some waystones are far away in different regions. Some regions may be more crowded than others, so there is a chance that you may have to wait in queue to teleport to these regions. Looking around, I can see some travelers are anxious to meet you. Alright, let's meet the travelers. I saw Rampart grumbling about something, and it seems that Heimlich is cooking up a storm. So we have 3 quests now. All 3 seem to be marked in the map. Swing first, ask later is Ramparts. What is cooking with Heimlich? We're making the rounds with Brico. Can I see which one is which? I can't. But I see that's Brico there, so let's go talk to Brico. Brick's my buddy. No? Brico. Don't walk so far. I am Brico at your service. Truth be told, these past few years have been rather lonely. I think I'll linger here for a while and lend a hand with the upkeep of this settlement. It is quite handy, you see. There's a market nearby, and supplies me with the materials that I need. You can browse listings created by others like yourself here, or put your own items up for sale. Okay. Each market is unique to its settlement. If you're crafty, you could buy some rare items for cheap at one market and then sell them to another for a profit. If you want a much broader overview of what is for sale, be sure to check the market search with J. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work. Don't be breaking anything. I'll try not to. Okay, so that enables the next step of the quest, where I can just check the market search here. And there are 2 listings, 300 sticks for 1 hex each. Somebody jumped the gun. I usually am the first to sell sticks. Nice to see somebody else likes to sell sticks. Oh, by the way, I did want to post something on the Discord, just to let people know that if they see somebody that's named Gone, that is not me. I don't know if whoever chose the game did so maliciously or not, but just in case. Let's just go here. Game screenshots. Alright. Seems my name was taken. I hope it's not done maliciously, but if anyone tries to impersonate me, please be aware I'm not just gone on this test. Yep. Not more to it. Back into the game. Close this, and let's go here. Oh, let's actually go here first. That one's closer. Alright, this is Heimlich. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, makers, a visitor. I wasn't expecting, well, anyone, really. You're welcome, of course. Yeah, I was just preparing a meal, you see. If you're hungry, I could share, or if you'd rather, I could show you how it's done. Cooking is a kind of magic, you know? Just with more stirring, fewer incantations, usually. If you'd care to try your hand at cooking, why not make a plain mushroom skewer? There are plenty of mushrooms around. Alright, let's do that. But first... Oh, wait. Are there mushrooms like right here? No, it's just showing me where I make them. Okay. Let's go talk to all the NPCs first, so that I go out into the world and gather things once I have more things to gather. From part might want me to kill something. Oh my, look at how small you are. Can those flimsy arms even hold a sword? I mean, we can find out. You know, back in my day, you wouldn't be allowed anywhere near a weapon without proper training. Yeah, he does sound like an old-timer. You think you have the guts to swing at this unarmed practice dummy here? You can try. Oh, did the game freeze on me? No, just a stutter. Alright, that's the practice dummy. So I select it with Q, and then I have 1. Oh, how brave you are, attacking such a fearsome foe. But what's this? There's barely a scratch. You can swing harder, grip the hilt like it owes you hex coins. Now use this. Seems like you actually broke straw there. Hitting a dummy is one thing, but out there the wilderness fights back. Hey, I killed a mosquito. Especially at night. There are jackals, umbura, you name it, and they're not gonna let you hit them for free. You wanna live? Stay near lit up areas at night, torches, bonfires, I don't care, whatever keeps the dark at bay. Walls help too. Survival isn't always about being brave, but about being smart. Enough chit chat, hit the practice dummy again. Alright, let's now hit it with the third. And the first one, and the second one. Alright, I've seen enough. Maybe you're not cut out for this. Perhaps you're better suited for being a shield for others. Some abilities generate more threat than others, meaning that you could take a beast's attention of your allies and potentially save their lives. Then again, perhaps you're struggling because that flimsy butter knife is of a sword you're holding. Here, take this. This is my old practice sword. It's only been collecting dust here. Cool, we got a better weapon. And a bit of a stuttering client. And don't make a big deal out of it. I'm doing myself a favor, sparing my eyes from seeing you flail while I'll stick around. I got a rusty old sword. I have a few jobs that need doing. I do them myself, but if it wasn't for this blasted injury. Okay. So I can now speak to Rampart and complete one of the tasks. First, I'm going to equip that instead of this. It went from 4 to 6 damage to 7 to 10. That's definitely an improvement. One moment. Just check something quickly. I definitely need to close a lot of the windows that I had open. So one more second, please. Thank you for your patience. Alrighty, let's get back into the game. Let's see. I can speak with him. And I have trade, traveler tasks, and who are you? Let's see what you have for sale. So you sell things for hex coins only. Spear and training. No, spear and shield training. Okay, so it's just like training in different weapons. Alright, crossbow, ranged being the most expensive. Interesting. I might actually save for that because it just seems to be... well, I guess it might be worth having that one and another one because you'll probably be able to attack at range, but then the mobs are gonna go towards you, right? Although I guess you could always shoot and run and kite them. I could try to kite the mobs here. No, that's my first target in terms of Rampart, which might not be my first target. Is it frozen again on me? It looks like it is. Oh, that is interesting. No, it is working very slowly. Let me see what my task manager says my performance is. I wonder if I mean my PC doesn't feel hot. But I'm not able to see other windows now. Okay, so the Windows button, home button works. Am I gonna have to close Bitcraft again? Might. This is not opening. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close Bitcraft again. Oh. Yeah, I didn't. It, did it crash? No, it didn't crash. Huh. Okay, so that... sorry about that, big noise spike. That was the game, doing something. Not sure what. But it seems to be working now again. Does not like me alt-tabbing? I'm gonna limit the volume a bit. Okay, it looks like it's not... Oh yeah, there's... I will try not to alt-tab anymore. Wait, I say that, but I also wanted to check my task manager, right? I'm only using... I'm not even using half of my GPU. No idea why it's doing that. Well, at least I can lower the volume of the game capture. Yeah, so that it stays within tolerable limits. And... oh, I cannot switch to that window anymore? Yeah, I think my client's having some trouble, so let me close the client again. Come on, close. It's gonna force me to end the task. Yeah, it did. Alright, hopefully that'll take care of that. I'm gonna be getting hungry soon. No queue. Lovely. I wonder if the queuing issue is just like specifically the problem with those two regions. Like, I know they were accepting people in waves early on, and that makes sense. But I haven't had to queue at all since. I mean, I don't want to jinx my luck, right? But... alright, let's go back to talk to Rampart. Again, it's not setting my screen to full screen, so I need to, like, change it. And then... apply it again. Alright. Now... oh wait, actually borderless probably makes more sense for my monitor specifically. Because otherwise it sort of stretches the screen a little bit. Because my screen is not like... I guess not the standard size that you would have had on a normal 1920 by 1080p monitor. It's a little bit taller, so it didn't show on the stream, but for me it looked a little bit weird. Alright, so let's trade. No, I don't want to trade. Let's check your tasks. Either hairs or fangs. Okay. And the goal is to complete one of them, so I'll have to go hunting. Heimlich sent me to get some mushrooms, so the next thing to do now is to talk to Rumba and see what they will ask me to get, right? No, not that one, this one. Oh, there we go. Greetings, little one. I saw the way your eyes linger on these crumbling stones. Have you come to learn more about this place? Back in my day, it was a bustling settlement where folk not so unlike yourself once called it home. Perhaps you could help bring this land back to its former glory. Alas, I'm not entangled in the endless pursuit of knowledge to assist. I'm too entangled, he said. But I could share a few breadcrumbs of wisdom. Consider it a gift freely given. If you purchase a Rate of Settlement Foundation, you can start your own settlement out in the wilderness. However, starting a settlement and maintaining it is a big responsibility, and you might need others to help you. Alternatively, you could explore the wilds to join another settlement and contribute to its upkeep. At some point, you may find that the crafting stations and resources around here are too primitive for your needs. Should that arise, you may need to seek out a more advanced settlement. That is all, and come back if you need a Rate of Settlement Foundation. Forgive me, I have no time. Oh, forgive me, I have no time for idle chatter. So what are your goods? Ancient temple location. Hex coins for resources. Brick working binding ash. Ash with special properties that are used to bind materials in bricks together. Okay. So you're buying to make bricks starting at tier 3. You need to buy the binding ash from Rumba. That's interesting. I wonder if you can make it another way, but this is a new approach. Like you used to have to get everything from other players, and now they're sort of making these ones available from them. I'm not sure that I like it. I don't dislike it. This is a substance that is used to help treat cloth. This is required to make cloth starting at tier 3. So it looks like once you get to tier 3 to make anything, you don't have a funnel up anymore. But you do have the need to buy things from the merchants. They are cheap, so you can buy a lot of them very easily. It's sort of forcing you to sell things, I guess, or do tasks for those hex coins. Now there's a conductive frame, heart component. Okay, so it does look like you still get the improvement for your heart from Rumba. There's personal cash. This one takes 1 rough brick slab. That's something that I always like to have, so I will try to do that at some point. Oh, and you can also get the deed for the stand from Rumba. And that takes 1 rough timber. It's not too much. Like, the big pain is to carry the cargo here. But that's fairly cheap. Alright, so the item for crafting leather at tier 3 and above is also sold from Rumba. Oh, maybe it's all of them actually, because that's for metal. Interesting. Because that you have what bricks, cloth, leather, metal, and then wood would be... No? Yeah. Oh, interesting that this is cheaper. And then settlement building recipes, that's just the settlement building recipes that you unlock all the buildings once you can have your own settlement. Personal cash training, okay. So you could have like this better personal cash, but if you do not have the training, you might not be able to deploy it, I imagine. There's the business voucher, which helps you get him in your own claim. That's something related to the heart as well. Waystone energy source is 100,000 now. Interesting. And then the writ is 5,000 and the codex is. Alright, so same as before. Something that if you're doing it on your own a couple of weeks, you can do it easily. If you're doing it in a group, you could probably do it within the first day or two. Like within the first day, really, if you spend enough time, and if you're organized enough and you have a big enough group. Okay, next we find Laro and Varo, which I imagine are on the other side of the bank. Yes, they are. She's hyper focusing again as a on a wielding project. Interesting. So Laru likes to hyper focus. Speaking of projects, if you ever find yourself looking for something to do, you should definitely check out the achievements menu. And they don't really have a lot of time for me, so they just sent me over to Svim. This is basically where, if you don't really know what would help you progress, this is sort of clues of things that you can do, like acquired flint rod and then get level 2 in fishing. Like I already have the rod, so next is to use it. Oh, the sounds. Let me actually... Oh, I have to speak with... There's no greater tale than the one with humbling beginnings. Let me just... Yeah, I'm sorry, Svim. I really wanted to see what you had to say, but... The freaking crafting noises. Oh, come on, Wisp. Yes, I've got my bearings. Alright, I will probably do the onboarding properly in early access right now. I just really want to get rid of that. Thank you. Other player volume goes down to like almost nothing, please. There we go. That's better. Wisp, I almost forgot. When you awakened, I found this depleted automata heart near you. I think it belongs to you. Thank you. I was too busy helping you get back on your feet to inspect it, but now that I take a closer look, I notice that it has design similar to an ancient temple I came across. It's depleted and it might be as old as the temple. Surely we'll learn more about it if we take it there. It's quite far from here and it is, or it could be, dangerous. There definitely will be jackals about. I wouldn't recommend making the journey without some food, armor, and weapons. Alright. So that sort of like goes to the bottom of the list. Now I want to kill some jackals and I want to make some mushrooms. In order to kill some jackals, I do think that I need to at least have full basic equipment. I would think so. Let's also see what you have for sale. Clipper sailing, nice. Raft sailing, ship sailing, skiff sailing. So Raft sailing itself is even something they have to buy. Skiff sailing is 250. And the tasks that you give me are fish related. So they want cargo fish. Oof, these are ocean fish. This should not be, I think, the very first tasks. Let me just put that up on the on my feedback. Alright, sorry about that. I was just typing that having Zvim ask for ocean fish for T1 task feels a bit rough unless the starting towns stopped being landlocked. It's too long of a trek for a new player. And I just posed the question if the starting towns should be closer to the edge of continents. Right now, if we check the map, you can see that. Oh, actually, these ones are not so far from the edge of a continent. Never mind. I mean, that's if this is ocean. It could be not ocean. Because that looks like it's sort of like an inner lake type. Like it's not a lake, it's a sea, but usually when you have so many islands, it's just sort of like shallow water, and oceanic fish tended to be like in bigger bodies of water. We will see once we actually explore that area though. They might have changed the balance on things. Now, what was the other thing that they asked for? Some food. Okay, so it resets every 3 hours. That is good to know. And they're asking for that one, for some cooked fish and rough timber. Those, I guess, make sense based on the sailing. Like, this seems to be the sailing traveler, and you know, you're gonna need wood to make the boats, so it makes sense that it asks for woods. Even would make sense if it asks for cloth as well. Now, let's actually... I did not check with Laro and Varro as to what the tasks that they have are. Pick them. Oh, they don't have tasks. Interesting. They just sell things. Alright. Oh well, I guess yeah, they do give you hack coins for the ancient cloth and the silk cloth. How much is the feline mask? 1,000. Okay, so that's another target. I also forgot to see what quests or tasks Rumba wants from me. I am very hungry. Let's see. So in the tasks, they ask for cloth, rough parchment, ink. I mean, the goods that Rumba sells are related to crafting, right? So you have these things that are for making bricks, this is for making cloth, and so on. So it does make sense that it would make sense in my head that they are the things that give you coins, like that Rumba asks for, like bricks, timber, cloth, leather. That's sort of what I would expect to see here, right? Like rough leather, cloth. That makes sense. No, don't go so far. Did I see what Heimlich is asking in terms of tasks? I don't remember if I did. Where are you? There you are. Traveler tasks. No, I had not seen that. Okay, so more like cooking related. Because this is really yeah, this is basically cooking. And what do you sell? Oh, really? Only this. Alright. Seems to be the most limited trader so far. And Brico, the tasks are brick slabs, cloth tarps, so those are like heavy cargo things that you use for construction. This makes sense. On the stream, the preview stream, they had they showed this, and one of the things that Rico was asking for was leather tarp instead of cloth tarp. And that did not make sense to me, because that's not something, like a leather is not something you would interact a lot with in construction. It is something that you use minimally. You only use it for enterable buildings. To be fair, that's also the same with cloth tarp. However, there's a big caveat here, which is construction also relates to road building. And when you're building roads, you are clearing away resources to, clear the way and build a road. And those resources are related to mining, foraging, and forestry. So it makes sense that if you're, choosing between cloth tarps or leather tarps, you would get cloth tarps here, because that actually uses things that you would find as a construction-oriented player when clearing bushes to build a road. So yeah, this definitely does make perfect sense, and you're gonna do a lot of masonry when you're doing construction, so it makes perfect sense. And the things for sale, oh really? Just wagons. No mallets. Are the mallets still a thing? There's the heart, there's the jewelry. I don't think there's mallets for building anymore. Interesting. It is just a skill. Very, very interesting. Oh, that's right, I have not seen Alessi. So in town there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there are 6 travelers in town. There's Lara and Baru don't have any skill attributed to them. Interesting. Maybe they will be exploring or exploration skill, since they are related to ruins. They will take the cloth that's in the ruins. And I remember the devs went in somewhere. Is this where they went in? Where they found Alessi? No, this is... Okay, so I can establish my home there? I do not own a personal house. How do I buy a personal house? Who do I buy that from? I don't know if that's just probably not enabled here right now. Might not be enabled right now. Can I visit Alessi? Interesting that it's not actually showing me a list, so I'm assuming it's just not enabled right now. It's cool that you get to have your own house from the very first starter towns though. That's definitely nice. I have no idea where to find Alessi though, which is sad. Alright, so now we will sort of go into what we actually would be doing in the game. First, let's make ourselves some armor so that we can beat some jackals. Is anybody dropping Fairlith? Yes, somebody dropped Fairlith over there. No, that's a Fairlith cave. I don't want to go into the cave. Oh. Or do I? I don't know. This cave is really close. The biggest problem with the caves, and the reason why I don't really like them... Ooh, this is a lot prettier. This is definitely a lot prettier than it used to be. But yeah, you get this. Like, somebody clearly came in here and did a lot of mining. But you can't really carry all of this out. You cannot deploy your cart. Oh, can you? Huh. That's interesting. There's a geode here. Let's grab that and drop that here. I wonder if they might have fixed that. So if I drop all of this into my cart, will I be able to drag it out? Is it too far? No, it's not too far. Alright, the cart does have 10 slots. So what happens if I do this? This is what we have all wanted to do, right? So, can you exit while pulling your cart? Nice! You can! That is very, very, very nice. I cannot put into words how nice that is. Alright, so... Oh. Why do I have nothing to do in there? Huh? Do I actually need to mine first? So that I unlock the recipe? I wonder. It might be that... Oh, actually, yeah, it might be that I have not had... Because it works when you have it in your inventory, right? So the first thing that I picked up was the geode. Which means at no point did I grab that. So there we go. I just had not grabbed that thing. You need to have things in your inventory for them to unlock recipes in the compendium. I'm gonna drop that. I'm not gonna drop that. Alright, so next thing to do is I should be able to come here now. And there we go. Turn 10 into 40. That's gonna take some time. I wonder if the first thing that I should build are tools, though. Like a better pickaxe and hammer so that I can smith faster? Probably. Okay, and we find these things to be stackable in tens. Did that unlock recipes? I don't think that it did. Not by itself. Okay, so I just crushed them right here. Oh, now it's 1,000. Interesting. Let's go to region. I feel like region should be the default. I wonder what do I do with the geode then? Because I picked it up. I should know what to do with it, right? Use. You can extract that with a chisel at a masonry station. Okay. Wasn't that? Or maybe that was not the masonry station, it was the, what do you call it? The mining station. I think that was the mining station. So, where is the masonry station? Yeah, that's mining. Alright, so the masonry station is over there. We'll find out soon enough what everything does. It does seem like for the most part, it is the same as it was before. Smithing level 2. Did they keep the screenshot mode? They did. Nice. Oh, I can't move the camera in screenshot mode? Really? Oh. Yes, you move it with the right mouse button. Alright. I don't wish I could hide it. Oh, no. You can hide it. Now I kind of wish I could see that again. Interesting. I wish I had read it better. That's fine, right? There was also the alt, yeah, alt to pan camera. I could like here. No, that turns to. It's gonna take me some time to get used to how to get the right angle for nice pictures. Oh, I need to eat. Oh, this doesn't recover stamina? Well, I guess it does, just not fast enough that it kept up with this. Or do you stop? You stop regenerating stamina once you're doing something, it seems. I don't know if maybe they just did it the same way that they had it in the stress test, it looks like. Like, this might not actually be doing anything for my stamina right now. Not sure. Because it seems to, like, it's going down the same way as before. Like, the regen rate is still 1.0. Plus 5 per second. Oh no, this is definitely giving me regen. And it lasts for 15 minutes or so. Alright. So now that I have that, I take that into here, right? And I need rough wood logs. Okay. Let's turn our geode into gems, so that I'm not carrying that cargo. And let's get ourselves a whole bunch of wood. Oh, just to remember how many, okay, about 150, 250, 250 hex coins per task. That's actually very generous, I think. If anything, this feels like they're cheaping out on the ancient nails. Because, I mean, this, I guess it does involve quite a bit of work. Getting this involves breaking a few rocks, mixing them with mud, cooking the bricks, right? I think you have to cook some bricks and then turn the bricks into the slab. Well, let me get my cart. Can I just recall it from my vault? This action will take 30 seconds, so I guess if it's less than 30 seconds for you to go to where your cart is, just take the cart, like walk there and recover it. If you're a little bit farther away, you can just do this. I'm not sure I was far enough for it to be warranted. Now I want to get some wood. I definitely want to have this on, because while chopping the tree would also give me experience, like, why work when other people have already done most of the work for me, right? So let's grab that. Pick up. Let's actually get closer to here. Drop that here. Let's see how far we can go. Okay, that's actually being able to grab them from a decent distance away. There we go. And now we only need 2 more. Basic amber resin. So those are still dropping. That's interesting. That's actually a very good drop rate. It does not look like they're gonna be a bottleneck. if I've gotten 2 like before getting my first log from the tree. Maybe I just got lucky. Alright, so let's head back into town. Yeah, I really wish I could see the crafting station in the map. So the carpentry, where's the bank? The bank is that way, and I think the carpentry was that way. Hopefully I will have enough inventory slots for now. I don't really want to use the bank yet. I really like the new farming field. Looks actually really nice. I mean, I am guessing that's probably gonna be a high tier farming field. I wonder how many slots it allows for and how it works. I will look into it at some point. That's what the test is for, right? Did I finish? No. Okay. That was a little bit of a speed hacking in there. Probably just an interface thing because the bar didn't actually move. Why did it? Oh, if I hit escape, it cancels the action? Interesting. That's really bad. Really bad. I mean, it's not bad if I could toggle it. Maybe I can. Okay, let me just make sure I'm actually working on it. Settings. Key binding. Might have gone a little bit too far that way. There we go. And it also doesn't help that it's 2 windows open. I can't click on anything. Oh yes, I can. I'm not able to move the window now. Why can I not move the window? Huh. I don't know. Anyway, so that would be a gameplay thing, maybe? Escape. Nothing. Okay, so I cannot do anything there. I am not automatically closing the windows, which is what I want. I want to be able to close them with escape key, but it's also stopping my action. So I'm gonna use this to explain why I have a problem with it. Let's head back to my feedback post. Alright, so let's get the wood, and now that we have this... Oh. Wait, was it shift, not control? Can I actually do that though? Let me go to settings. Can I change that? Quick actions maybe? No, movement and interaction. Yes, target plus context menu. I'd rather this be control. Yeah, control. And right mouse button. There we go. That's just personal preference. Cancel move is not assigned to anything. Interact can be mapped. Interesting. And escape's not really closing that window right now. That's weird. Anyway. Collect card to vault. And next we need to find the kilns again, right? We have the bank on that side. And then we were going to the other side, right? Because it does look like on one side you have the forestry carpentry, and just opposite of it you're getting the mining and masonry. Did I understand that correctly? It looks like it. Alright, so let us smelt our metal. While that metal is smelting, we should be able to get a bit more, but do we need more? Do I already know the recipe for weapons? I don't. I'm gonna need to pick that up first. Alright, so while we pick that up, that's gonna take 5 minutes. Go into the mines. Oh, okay. That was lag. I was like, why is it not going in? There we go. Go into the mines. And deploy our little cart. And we might as well just grab that first. And drop that one straight in there. Okay, so this is nice. If I open the inventory, it opens the inventory for my card nearby. I imagine, now that I'm seeing that, There was something here that talked to that, right? No. Show deployable range? No. Open nearby deploy storage. Yes, that's what's doing that. If I turn that off and then I close that, then I just open my inventory. If I toggle that on, then I open the inventory and the cart. Nice. I like it. I like it. While it is mining, I'm gonna take a quick break and go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that. I was also taking the chance to order some food. Which means at some point I will also have to go and get that. Alright, we are full. Let's go outside. There we go. That's good enough. Let's turn all of this into little rocks. Time to see how my region works though. My passive says 15 every 1 minute. I stopped doing anything and Alright, it is starting to tick back very slowly. So I do eat and I get a much better rate. The moment I start actively doing something though, the region stops. So that is... I don't know if that's a bug. I'll post it. Alright. Stamina regen isn't regenerating when actively crafting. I don't know if it is just that the way it works now has been changed, since it does go up fairly fast once I stop doing anything, but I'm not sure if it's a bug. I feel I would want to be able to craft continuously if I have a regen buff, instead of it stopping when my stamina hits 0, then waiting a couple of seconds and starting it again. So I'm just gonna treat it as a bug. It looks actually like I'll be able to place 10 more smelty things when these ones are done. So I might have overcooked it. I might have gotten more ore pieces than I needed. Which is not bad. I mean, I'll probably post stuff for sale and see if maybe that goes, right? But first, hey, that is inside of this area of influence, yeah. So, ready to be collected. And then 10 more to be made. And then I make a bit more of these. Wait. Oh. Let's see. Do I lose everything? You will receive the results of what was completed and the inputs responded for oh, okay, yeah. This is perfect. This is what we always wanted. Good. I'm actually just gonna post this as a positive feedback thing right here. So, pause and cancel. I don't want to cancel it, but I do want to give the team a well-deserved kudos. Yep, working on Furlith, and pretty much I want to make better tools so that I do things faster. Seems to be in my head the very first thing to do. I don't know that right now there's a lot of people crafting extras, so I'm hoping once the game is actually out, maybe that will be different and people will actually be like dedicated blacksmiths making tons of tools and then selling them. Hopefully that'll be the case, but for now I'm just doing everything. And hello there, Original Sid, welcome to the stream. It has been going well. Are you joining the demo as well, or are you just living through our eyes for now because you're busy with other stuff? All right, and back to the okay. Oh yes, I was posting. I'm back in my Discord. I'm posting a thank you to the team because I don't know if you've noticed, Kaylin, but when you cancel a craft now, you will receive the results of what was completed and the inputs refunded for what hasn't started. So yeah, we're able to cancel crafts now in a way that we don't lose everything. It's huge. Hey, where's my game screen? Here we go. No, is that not the game screen? Oh no. Did my window get wonky as well? Again? That's what happens when you alt tab a lot, right? What does... Ooh. I'm not sure what happened. It looks like Bitcraft reset graphics to something, because if I look at it on my OBS, that's not what I was looking at before. I'm gonna have to just close it and open it again, I think. It also looks like it's frozen. Yep. So let's just do that. Where's my task manager? There we go. And let's go back into it. And again, no cubes, so it looks like whatever problems they came up with during the with the specific regions that had trouble is at least not affecting others. 12 Braxite from 11 rocks. Nice. I haven't actually done any rocks yet. I'll get into that in a bit. Those are not mine, right? Yeah, no, that's not mine. That's definitely not mine. Alright. Okay, we still have not finished the task. Let's finish the task. Have 5 minutes gone by. they have. Oh, but I don't have the... Right. I need to crush these things. Right? I might end up making my hammer first. Let's drop this, we're not using that. This is something that we will use, this is something that we might want to use. You can never have enough rope. I might get rid of the fibers. Yeah, 12 Braxite from 11 rocks is definitely super lucky. Although I do think that they have increased the ratio for their drops. Like I got these 4 amber resins when getting a full cargo of trunks, but I picked up most of the trunks because they were already there. I basically got 4 basic amber resins for 2 logs, I believe. For the, well, 2 trunks. So it does feel like they've increased the drop rate for these. I don't know if maybe they overcorrected. Alright, so where's the hammer? Hammer, what do I need? Okay, oh, leather. I forgot it takes leather to make tools. I forgot it takes leather to make tools. One of those things that I know what I want, what I need to do. I don't know if I want to do it. Let's see. Some people are selling ingots. Some people are selling sticks. I mean, at this point, I might just go to the bank and drop my items in there and go hunt and just start selling leather. It might actually be the most logical thing to do right now, and then just try to buy tools. Although maybe I'm just exaggerating. Maybe I just need to like go get myself a cart full of birds and I'll have enough tools. Like enough leather for tools. For now, this goes in here. And yeah, I don't need any of those. Leather. Where would I find leather? Probably this way. Let's find us some birds. Not a bird? No, it's not a bird. Is that a bird? Is not a bird. I hope they're not over hunted. But it does look like I'm having to run away from town quite a bit. Knowing this and properly planning for alpha, like, well, not alpha, like beta for the, what's it called, early access, I do have to wonder if my strategy should be just hunting birds early on, like just hunting for leather and tools, and then once I get enough tools, or I guess enough hex coin, I can just buy the tools for the best tools possible for other things and just get on with things. Because there's also gonna be the rarity of tools, and I guess to get good rarity tools is going to be important. bring our cart around here. True, T1 only has common tools, but what I'm thinking about is like if I am like if I'm leveling hunting, which is something that it looks like it's gonna be as miserable as it's always been, just based on the first bird that I've caught. That might be the goods that are in highest demand early on. So that would be the way for me to get hex coin faster. And then, like, if I'm just doing that early on, eventually I'll have enough hex coin that, yeah, T1 will be a cheap common tool, but you're able to get to equip the tier 2 tool at level 10, so it doesn't really take that long. Why am I not able to just grab it from the floor? Alright. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like basically play what will get you the most hex coins and then just use the hex coins to do what you want to do later, I guess. I don't know if it's the right way to play, but it's a way to play. Run, 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 run. Alright, start hitting it. Make it run towards your cart. True, as long as it's fun, it's definitely the right way. I think the thing is that early on it always sort of feels like everyone's scrambling and it's very difficult to get things accomplished. At least feels like that to me. Like the plan is to wait, why can't I move? Okay, I can't. There we go. The plan is to join Legion early on to avoid that. And what I will bring to the table in exchange is basically resources. Like, I'll be able to focus in what I want to do, which for construction is going to be forestry, foraging, mining, and just bring them a whole ton of goods. I won't even do a lot of masonry or carpentry. I will just like give those to their masons and carpenters. Like when building roads, you just get enough stuff that you're gonna level through anyway. So yeah, maybe as a group it might end up being easier to focus on the thing that you want to focus on early on. I guess it'll also give me an idea if that's how I want to play it once the game launches. No, herd it towards the cart. There you go. That's not where the cart is. Close enough. And in it goes. 2 birds. I mean 4 birds. What's gonna be my target? Full 11, maybe? Oh, it's also not getting the target again. I'm not running now. Why is it not running? There we go. Alright, so still some ironing to do with the hunting. Surprise, surprise. It looks like when I activate any attack, it goes towards walking, it stops running. But it's like I'm hitting spacebar and it's not always registering that I want to run. It could just be it could be server lag. Ownership is not lasting a lot though, like 10 seconds. Might actually drop that and feed back the next one that I catch. Oh, maybe I was just running out of stamina. Now that I look at it. I'll be right back. Looks like that's my pizza. Alrighty, sorry about that. I am back and I have pizza. Which means I'll be taking a break sometime soon, but I probably want to just kill all those that I can first. Yeah, it looks like I was just running out of steam, out of stamina. Now I'm able to herd the birds safely towards the cart. Let's see, does it open automatically? It does not open automatically. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I got the one that's got all the meat. I'm usually debating between that one and mushrooms, which might not look like two similar things. It's not, I guess. But yeah, I do like those two flavors or toppings. I also really like one that they made in making this place that has spinach and blue cheese. I think that's a really good combo. Hey, right on the cart. Hey, die. I thought I killed it right on the cart. Maybe you should. Maybe you should. Alright, so it takes 10 seconds and then it's open for all. And then it disappears in 1 hour. 10 seconds feels a bit short. So 1 second while I post that little feedback. Alright, I'm making a post with the... I took a screenshot with the item pouch timer down, so I'm just basically saying that 10 seconds safety margin for cargo feels a bit low. It's fast enough that one might accidentally lose it to someone else. I'd say 30 seconds would feel better and shouldn't impact the clutter much. So, hopefully they'll agree. It should be very easy for them to change it, right? It's just a number in the database. Alright, no more birds around here. How many do I have in the cart? 7. Alright, maybe some have spawned already around here. I don't want to, like, run really far away and then have to cart all the way back. Although it does not seem like there are birds that way. And that's already the town. There's a bird. Let's go that way. It died. Oh, like actually really broke. Well, I guess you can't hear me if you're... Let me just go over to the chat. Alrighty, so let's drop this here and start hunting. Run towards the cart. Run towards the cart. There we go. Perfect. No, don't pick up the cart. Pick up the corpse. And move it there. Now you come with me. Oh, actually you can push these birds to the water. Nice. I remember that hunting with water nearby tends to make it a lot nicer. Should actually have thought about that when I started hunting. I would have looked for bodies of water and then looked for birds that are close to the bodies of water. Does it go in? It does. Shoot, and then run past it, and then shoot it again, and then run past it, shoot it again, and start herding it towards the cart. It's starting to go the other way, so get ahead of it. This is gonna be a little bit too far from the cart, I think. There we go. And I have room for one more. Let's go grab that one over there. Although actually, things in crafting tend to work better when you do it in tens. It's kind of awkward because you would usually have 11 things. The 10 that are in your cart, and then the one that's in your bag. But for the sake of things now, let's just go with 10. Now where is leather working? Tanning tubs, so somewhere around there. So hunting first, right? There's the tanning stations. There's the hunting station. Alright. Then I want to process 10 birds. Just so that I can remember what were the things that I need to craft it. So no cloth, just leather. 2 leathers for each tool. That's interesting. I mean, there's no funnel up, so it's not that bad anymore. But it is 2 for each. And then for the armor... Oh, that's right. The armor usually does not require those things. It's just the metal. So actually that might be the best way to level blacksmithing. Just make a whole bunch of armor and sell it. I could definitely see that being useful. Yeah. Am I not able to make weapons? Okay, I am able to make... Okay, so I can. Claymore and the short sword and all that. But, like, while these require any skill at level 1 to equip, these requires Claymore training. Alright. Is the crossbow here too? Or is that maybe done at the carpentry? Probably, because I haven't found it yet. Or maybe it needs something from here. No, I don't think it would. Probably carpentry related, or a different craft. Let's collect our cart. And now, oh, well, we got 3 rough animal thingies. Let's see. I wanna process these in the tubs, right? But first I need to go here and do that. Once they are done, I will need the tannin, which takes water buckets and bark. Alright, so that's gonna be the next step. And actually, I might just pause for now and come back to this later, because I do want to eat. That's what I ordered the pizza for. So, let's see. What time is it right now? Alright. Yeah, I'll probably be back in an hour or so. Half an hour to an hour. So, until then, I hope everyone has a great day and keeps enjoying the Bitcraft demo, and I'll see you later.